was to blame.
Ed was on our robbery. He was the one on our job. Lindsay or Leighton nowhere to be seen. But they the one who got 8 years, and Ed was scot-free for a job that he sussed out and done.
What robbery?
The robbery of that.
That I'm accused of doing. That you were now accusing me of doing.
Well, no, I said Stephen.
No, this is what you just said. You were accusing
Stephen
me.
Cook says you did.
Go away, little man. Is it on your conscience, Mr. Edwards? Nothing on my conscience, my son. Nothing at all. I didn't do it. Easy as that.
We now come to the 4 principal awards. I think that means that no money goes with them. And we start with the BT Welsh Weekly Newspaper of the Year award. There was, according to the judges, plenty of variety in editorial approach, in style and content. But in the end, the judges' view was that for a combination of excellent nitty-gritty reporting and attractive packaging, this year's award should go to the Western Telegraph. And here to collect the award is the editor, David Evans.
The Western Telegraph blends hard news and a strong community spirit through 4 regional editions that supplement a broadsheet edition for Pembrokeshire at large. It campaigns hard through its 1,500 square mile territory and helped achieve unitary local authority status for the county last year. A 1994 innovation was the Junior Telegraph, edited by local schoolchildren who even sold advertising space.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but we had a table in the annex. I'd like to thank BT very much for this weighty award and give the credit to where it's really due, which is to my team on table 22. Very talented, very hardworking, very loyal. They earned it, they deserve it, so thank you, and thank you, BT.
David Evans, the editor of the Western Telegraph. Also especially commended in this category by the judges for its consistency and wide grasp of the whole spectrum of Welsh affairs was the Welsh language weekly Golwg. Please welcome its editor, Robin Gwynn, to collect the award. The BT Welsh Newspaper of the Year award covers daily, weekly and Sunday papers. This year, the judges say it was a close-run race between 3 candidates, all from Thompson House in Cardiff. After considerable deliberation, it was the judges' decision that for the first time there should be a special award to the runner-up. That commendation goes to last year's winner of this award, Wales on Sunday. Please welcome the editor, Peter Hollinston. So now there are 2. 2 newspapers, both from Thompson House. I'm sure that the staff of those 2 newspapers here tonight, such is the camaraderie that exists between them, won't mind which of them has won. But let's end the suspense for the rest of us. This year's BT Welsh Newspaper of the Year award goes to the South Wales Echo. And here to collect the award is the editor, Keith Perch.
One of the newer tabloid converts, the South Wales Echo swiftly showed it could maintain popular journalism alongside imaginative design in its new format. Among its 1994 highlights was a 7-page spread examining the repercussions of the 1984 miners' strike 10 years on, proving that tabloid in-depth treatment can compete with that of the broadsheets. But this was only one feature of a wide-ranging portfolio, which proved the Echo's ability to find the right stories and handle them properly.
The editor of the South Wales Echo, Keith Perch. Well, just as the last award embraces daily, weekly and Sunday newspapers, so this next award, the penultimate one, is also wide-ranging. It's called the Television News Programme of the Year, but it covers news and current affairs, Welsh and English. Mae'r tîm sydd yn ennill y wobr hon heno yn ei ennill yn deilwng, am flynyddoedd o waith cyson, crefftus ac ymchwilgar. For sheer professionalism, the ability to get to the heart of a story through intelligent reporting, gifted writing, and first-class production values, the judge's decision is that the 1995 BT Welsh Television News Programme of the Year is HTV's production for S4C, Y Byd ar Bedwar. I gasglu'r wobr, dyma golygydd yr rhaglen, Thomas Morgan.
Llanelli, un o dimau rygbi mwyaf llwyddiannus y byd. Ond oddi ar y cae mae'r clwb mewn dyled o bron i £100,000,000 o bunnau, a'r rhai o ser y tîm yn bygwth gadael.
Mae rygbi fel ail job i ni. O bod nhw rhywbeth bach yn bod lan off dros ni ddim yn feddwl beth i arian.
Henor y byd ar bedwar ar gyfwng ariannol Llanelli, pam ar Scarlets yn y coch. Mae Jonathan Davies yn chwaraeo rygbi byd enwog. Wedi blynyddoedd o lwyddiant gyda Castell Nedd, Llanelli a Chymru, fe adawodd y gêm amatur i chwarae rygbi'r gyngrair. Yn y 6 mlynedd ers iddo adael, mae e'n gweld newidiadau syfrdanol yn y gêm yng Nghymru, gydag arian yn llawer mwy pwysig i'r chwaraewyr. Ers rhai blynyddoedd bellach, mae clybiau rygbi wedi bod yn rhoi ceir i'w prif chwaraewyr. A heddiw mae pob clwb yn ddibynnol ar nawdd. Mae cas newydd yn cael ei hariannu gan Alf Gooding a nifer o wir busnes y dre. Cwmni adeiladu BJ sy'n noddi tîm Abertawe. Ond Caerdydd yw'r clwb mwyaf cyfoethog Cymru. Ym Mharc yr Arfe mae yna 37 o hospitality suites sy'n cael ei llogi gan bobl busnes sydd am wylio'r gemau. Bythefnos yn ôl fe roddodd un dyn busnes £100,000,000 o bunnau i'r clwb. Mewn cynhadledd i'r wasg, dywedodd Peter Thomas, y bydde'n sefydlu trust fund, bydde'n rhoi arian i'r chwaraewyr ar ddiwedd I gyrfa.
They know at the end of it that they will get a reward for their involvement and contribution to the club.
Bydd rhan o'r arian yn cael ei ddefnyddio I greu swydd newydd.
You can't breed loyalty naturally these days.
Gareth Davies fydd prif weithredwr cynta Caerdydd.
Mae arian yn dod yn bwysig I clybiau rydeg nawr, I gallu fod yn proffesiynol, I gallu fynd ar teithiau, I gallu trefnu penwythnos bant fan hyn yn ymarfer neu beth bynnag. A rwy'n credu bod yn holl bwysig, a na'r ffordd mlaen ydyn ni'n meddwl.
Mae straeon am chwaraewyr yn derbyn boot money yn rhan o chwedloniaeth rygbi Cymru. Ond heddiw mae'r gêm dipyn mwy proffesiynol a'r arian sy ar gael dipyn yn fwy hefyd. Yn ôl rhai, mae'r taliadau yma I chwaraewyr yn arwen y clybiau I drafferthion ariannol.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, BT. Dwi'n newydd swyddoli pa mor anodd ydy gwaith actor. Maen nhw'n heiddi bob ceiniog maen nhw'n gael. I was just realised actors deserve every penny they get. Mae rai fi ddiolch fel pawb arall i'r tîm. Fydda'n gweld nhw maen nhw draw yn arle. Diolch yn fawr iawn I bob aelod o Byd ar Bedwar sy'n neud yn waith I mor hawdd. It's been a very difficult, unusually difficult year for HTV. But I think it's only right that one should compliment HTV and our sister programme, Wales This Week, on the fortitude and calmness with which they faced this year's court case. Ystyried hynny, diolch yn fawr iawn I HTV am eu cefnogaeth nhw, llawer o diolch I S4C am eu ffydd nhw yn y Byd ar Bedwar, a diolch yn fawr I BT am ymddiried yn y wobr yma ni am yr ail flwyddyn yn olynol. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Well, now we come to the final award, when we salute BT's Welsh Journalist of the Year for 1995. The winner among winners, because this person is the judge's choice from among the people who have received awards tonight. It was Alistair Cook who said that the role of the journalist was to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. The judges made their choice not solely, but to a large extent, on the basis of work done by this person to right a wrong that was being perpetrated right in the centre of Cardiff, in front of our eyes, had we eyes to see. The winner of tonight's Principal Award had eyes to see, and the judges would like to commend him specially for this one particular programme in his portfolio, a powerful expose of an extortionate moneylender who was exploiting the most deprived of people. The 1995 BT Welsh Journalist of the Year is HTV's Chris Seeger.
He's Paul Stone, also known as Irish Paul, or more commonly, the moneylender. In the first case of its kind in England and Wales, he's been caught by secret video surveillance in the act of illegal moneylending. He was a loan shark who preyed on the poor and charged them exorbitant rates of interest.
Well, for £5 you paid back 8, £10 you've got to pay back 15, and if you get £20 you've got to pay back 30.
He set out to exploit the desperate. On the edge of Cardiff city centre lies a semi-derelict fringe where the drifters and homeless gravitate. It's where the Salvation Army and other agencies have set up hostels and shelters to take them off the streets. By now, this was Stone's patch. He was buying benefit books at 2/3 face value. The victims' debts were crippling. Jeanette owed him £300.
On my book, which he had, I used to give him the £62 every week, and then he'd give me a £10 or £15 back out of it. But I could never get that money down what I owed him.
Was there anything he suggested to you about getting rid of the debt?
Yeah, he said if I slept with him, he'd call it quits.
Under the Consumer Credit Act, you need a license to lend money, a measure designed to restrain loan sharks. To prove an illegal loans racket, more evidence was needed. Under the law, that's not a job for the police, but for officials at County Hall in the Trading Standards Department. The council had access to a building overlooking the shelter. Under great secrecy, the county's undercover squad moved in spy cameras to get evidence of illegal lending. These officers do not want their faces seen.
Message received, over and out.
Paul Stone was picked up by the 72 times magnification of the Trading Standards spy video. So was his business, each and every deal over a 3-week period. It was now that the full implications came to light of what the homeless people of the city had been tied up in. The true interest rates charged by Paul Stone were worked out.
I think they're classed as extortionate. The base guideline for working out the cost of credit is the annual percentage rate, APR. When we worked it out, I think it came to 1 billion %.
Mr. Stone, well, you pleaded guilty to lending money without a license. So you admit you lent money without a license, Mr. Stone, at rates of 50% for a week. Were you preying on people who had most to lose, Mr. Stone? You hung around the place where the down and outs were, you lent them money, and you charged them extortionate rates of interest, Mr. Stone.
I am a down and out.
Next month, Paul Stone and Justin Plaskett will be sentenced after the judge has seen pre-sentence reports. The maximum penalty is 2 years in jail.
Try and stop it.
As Neville Chamberlain said on return from Munich, I have this piece of paper. I just thought that one up. Isn't it curious that the things that are chosen at this that you are credited with doing, really you didn't have a lot to do with? The 2 clips I've seen, you know, it's Bruce's story is the Frains, and I was just a leg man for him, and it was a nice program. And the program we just saw, which had that stunning interview with the man from Scotland who was very frightened of the money robber, was one that Catherine Griffith had worked on a lot, and I came in and sort of finished it off. And the other entry they didn't show, which was really the best program, you know, that's their editing, not mine, was Real Landlords, and John Welsh and Catherine Griffith were the people who slept in a damp bed, and you know, and we made a program out of that. Wales this week has had a very funny year. It's had the year of the greatest change, I think, that I've known, and I've worked with Wales this week for 8 years. And it's had the week of the greatest change in people, and it's been reconstituted. And we've won this prize, and I receive it on behalf of Wales this week, in the first year of Claire Hudson's editorship of the programme. So, I mean, that's the person you should be clapping, because Claire took on Wales this week at a time of change in HTV, and so, you know, it's her programme. There also was a small matter to which Thomas Morgan alluded about a certain little legal difficulty in which, you know, we were stung, and we lost a case along with others in the High Court concerning a police superintendent I can't mention because of legal reasons, and certain unmentionable activities which I can't mention because of legal reasons, but we all know what we're talking about. And I'm just very encouraged that I was staying in a small hotel in Pembrokeshire for the new year And one of my dinner partners was a London barrister, and I was introduced to him as, you know, I'd been involved in this case, and he said, "Oh yes," he says, I've heard the whispers going around the temple. There's been a bit of a miscarriage." And I said, "Yes," I said, as far as I understand, you know, the jury went one way, but the judge had been convinced the other way." And this barrister said, yes, Morris, as he knew him, Morris the judge, Morris Drake, Morris told me. So, you know, the judge thought we were right. But the most encouraging thing about that little matter is it was a reverse, and it's a not insubstantial reverse, but I was very encouraged that on the very night of that event, the chief executive of HTV approached me and said, "It's a problem, but Wales This Week's job is to go on doing investigative journalism, and Wales This Week will go on doing investigative journalism. And there's a new team at HTV, and I've left them. I'm doing other things now, but I received this award on behalf of Wales This Week, and they're going to go on doing the job they've been doing for a long time, and they're going to do it very well. Thank you."
Warmest congratulations to Chris Seeger. And I recall as he was speaking that Lord Bernstein, when he was chairman of Granada, when Granada was Granada, used to say that he was never happy unless World in Action had 4 writs out against it. And our congratulations as well as to Chris to all of our winners tonight. And on behalf of BT, I'm asked to thank the many, many people who agreed to act as judges in the various categories. I should too, not on BT's behalf, but on our behalf, all of us who are guests here tonight, to thank BT themselves for hosting this important event. Over the years now, they've been splendid supporters, and long may it continue. And that virtually concludes the formal part of the evening. After a swift reminder of tonight's winners, my instructions from our hosts are, though they may have reservations by now about 1 or 2 individuals, let the informalities commence.